back again, my music people. It is no longer a news that South Africa, Dudula people, are in operation right now there. And allegedly, a lot of people have said they are taking law into their hand. And even the leader who is leading the Dudula people of South Africa is not even from South Africa and is chasing the foreigner away. What do you think? Drop your sincere opinion. And if you know better, help us to drop it at the comment section and enlighten us of what is going on.
Well, I saw it. That's criminality. And criminality in our country is not fought by the Department of Health. We have got law enforcement agencies, criminal fighting agencies, and we are calling upon them to deal with that because it's a crime. It's not a health issue, it's a criminal issue. You break in the law because the law of the country doesn't allow that. And anybody who breaks the law, you don't rush to the Minister of Health. You rush to ministers who are responsible for law enforcement.
Now 2 years out of Dudula, and the reason why I left Dudula or anything to do with Dudula is when they took a decision to now say that because we've mobilized across the country, we've got power. Then they said they want to contest the government of the day. And I said, how dare you take something that has a humble beginning, a people's expression, and you want to convert it into politics? You are then becoming the people that you hate so much. Let's just be a pressure group that holds them accountable so that they can deliver what they need to deliver to our people.
Yes.
And they thought that that is the quickest way to get blue lights and get into parliament. And I said, go well, go shell. Let's see if you'll do well without Intlantalax. Because so when was the last time you heard of Operation Tutul? What's Operation Tutula doing now? Who's the president of Operation Tutul?
What do you have to say to the simple question? Are you public enemies or public defenders?
So I think, good evening and thank you so much for having us today. Maybe we should correct that line whether we are defenders or enemies. Now, Operation Dudula is the mouthpiece of ordinary South Africans who, are voiceless and have been, left behind for I can say for 30 years when we have been promised justices and a gravy train. We've been on the gravy train for the past 30 years and it's not happening. We've been fooled for the longest time, and Operation Dudula is that movement where South Africans feel very comfortable in addressing these issues that are affecting them on a daily basis. And we shouldn't portray Operation Dudula as that vigilante group, or rather a group that's targeted by, there's a backlash from South Africans. If you look on social media platforms, I mean, we have most South Africans who are actually quite happy with the work that we are doing as Operation Dudula because they can see the difference. In the past 5 years of its inception, we have been raising issues that no political party wants to talk about, and the burning issue, which is the immigration issues. Operation Dudula is the only political party that takes the government head on when it comes to these discussions of immigration. Yes, there are other political parties that talks about it, but who does action more than just talks?
You got the balance of 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. So yes, Operation Dudula shouldn't be portrayed as just that, a political party that focuses on immigration. I mean, there's a lot that we do. We also deal with housing. We are into labor. We also deal with issues, at an educational level, where we have issues at the basic education department, and service delivery. Now, all we are saying is that we have an influx of illegal foreigners in our country, and nobody is willing to address that. Not even the president of this country wants to talk about this burning issue. And fortunately, there is Operation Dudula, who happens to be the voice of the voiceless, and unapologetically so, we will be raising these concerns and making sure that our South Africans are placed first, because that's our motto, that we want South Africans to be placed first in South Africa and not anyone else.
So Vele, this leader of Operation Dudula doesn't know where she come from. Hey! Listen to these guys.
Odabulo onzima omdumela
Abampele.
ompele
Yes.
Hayi.
Abampele. Abuqunta mafu.
qunta mafu
Yes.
from where
Originally I'm from Soweto, and unfortunately asinawo amakhaya.
Okay.
But I believe abanye base Mount Frey.
Okay.
Ngihlala ngizwa nje kuthiwa hey une family lapha hamba uyobafu.
She has the audacity to chase foreigners. Mara akazi ukuthi uphuma kuphi. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. She doesn't know her homeland. Uthi uphume Soweto. Who's from Soweto? Nobody's from Soweto, man. Come on. You should have homelands. Are you from Limpopo? Are you from Free State? Are you from KZN? Western Cape? Where are you from? Where are you from? Soweto? Who's from Soweto? Nobody's from Soweto, man.
No seriousness about hate for foreigners because they love foreigners. I'll tell you about Kwena shortly.
Because PA ibua language ya rona, ne? And vele at that time ne ba ibua vele language ya rona, and they felt strong hore let's vote with PA, give PA the powers. And then we went to PA ra bua le bona, and you know we had that agreement. I think the biggest mistake was that we trusted them and we had that gentleman agreement when we sealed this thing to say, you know what, we're voting with you. So with every 10 seats that we get, you give Dudula five seats, you give Dudula 1. You get 10 seats, you give Dudula 2. It was an agreement. We were all happy. So people went to go and vote PA all over through all ballots.
This anti-foreigner strategy is the one that won Patriotic Alliance its seats, and then Patriotic Alliance would not give the 1 in 5 seats that it promised. That is nonsense. Because the reason why Gayton Mackenzie and Kenny Kunene got votes and seats, while Dudula, which was focusing on anti-foreigner sentiment, did not get a single seat, is because the strategy used by Gayton and Kenny to get seats was not the hatred of foreigners, because that issue wasn't important to South Africans. They got their seats because they went strategically for the niche of the colored vote that was neglected in South Africa. The reason why Dudula gets 0 seats is because the issue of foreigners was not really important to most level-headed South Africans that take the time to go and vote. And it is not only her that feels betrayed. We also had the 2 girls, Victoria and Kwena, who started the anti-foreigner campaign through very interesting videos. They were reached out to by Patriotic Alliance. They assumed that Patriotic Alliance wanted them in their party. When they got to the party, the 2 girls decided to sleep with one of the leaders of Patriotic Alliance. When they discovered that they were sleeping with the same person, they had a fight and they were both chucked out of Patriotic Alliance. The reason they were chucked out of Patriotic Alliance is that the guys at Patriotic Alliance were not interested in their anti-foreigner sentiment. They knew that it wasn't really a seller. They were interested in something else. And so, of course, Victoria then went on to Action SA. We don't know how she got in there. Then Kwena went out of the public light when she went to Twasa. As she was twasaring, Kwena did not have any South Africans coming to visit her, supporting her, giving her airtime, sending her e-wallet. It was me that sent her e-wallet. It was me that supported her through that period. That is why I know the stories that I'm telling you here, because at the time that Kwena discovered that Victoria was having a thing with one of the Patriotic Alliance leaders, I was with Kwena. In this phone, I got so many nude videos sent by Kwena because she said she preferred Zimbabwean men, she had a Zimbabwean ex-boyfriend, and she wanted to have a thing with me because she preferred Zimbabweans. What is the point I'm making here? The hatred of foreigners is pretense. This is the reason why the biggest anti-foreigner has got 2 kids from Zimbabwe. But do you think that she has told her comrades that she got 2 kids from a Zimbabwean? And do you think her comrades are stopping her from taking those 2 kids to hospital because they're foreign? Do you realize that a lot of the people who are in Dudula think that their father is somebody else, yet in reality their father is probably a Zimbabwean, Mozambican, or foreigner who came into the country having an affair with their mother? Do you know that a lot of people don't know who their grandfathers are, and those grandfathers were actually for?
It is allegedly said that the Dudula leader does not even know where she come out from.